Now this is Carlo Little, the man we featured in the last series, who turned down the drummer's stool in the Rolling Stones in favour of a burger van outside Wembley. Our little documentary charts the rise and rise of Carlo and the All Stars.
In the last series of UK Raw, we told you the tragic story of drummer Carlo Little, who gave away an opportunity to be a rock and roll millionaire for a burger van outside Wembley Stadium. When a new band called the Rolling Stones asked Carlo to be their drummer, Carlo turned them down and suggested they try Charlie Watts. The rest is history. UK Raw arranged for Carlo and his wife to see the Stones in Paris. Carlo met the boys backstage after 30 years apart. He was so inspired he wanted to give it another go and found a couple of other ex-Stones.
I decided to form this band, Carlo Little All Stars. I thought, well, I've got the urge to start playing, especially coming back from Paris and seeing the Stones at the gig over there in the stand.
Carlo recruited Ronnie Wood's older brother, Art Wood, to perform vocals for them.
Oh, I had a band in the 60s, the Artwoods. When we split up in about 1968, John Lord, the Hammond organ player, went on to form Deep Purple, which is famous, right? So then I formed another band called Quiet Melon with all the Faces and Ronnie and Rod Stewart as my backing singers. Then I retired, and then he butts into my life just when I thought it was safe to retire again. And he says, "Boy, I've got this band."
Carlo tracked down Rick Brown, an ex-Rolling Stone, who also quit the band before they made it big.
And I realised I'd missed it. I really missed it, not playing, so I'm just doing it for fun.
Once a rocker, always a rocker,
yeah,
innit?
That's it, yeah.
By strange coincidence, Carlo and the All Stars played their first gig just down the road from what used to be the Ealing Jazz and Blues Club, where the Stones performed their first ever gig.
I've just had a chat with the governor, and do you remember the sweat used to run down the walls?
Yeah, that's why it was called...
It still does the same thing.
What?
And do you remember it used to go all the wires on the stage?
Yeah.
Over all the plugs and that?
Yeah.
That's where Mick got his dance, because he was jumping all over the wires and that, you know? I mean, really, this is our last shot. Well, it is for me, you know. I mean, we're not any spring chickens, as you can tell, but it's our last go at it, and I'm going to give it my all.
Just like the Stones, Carlo's band has a hardcore group of loyal fans. They certainly know how to rock the house. But what would the Stones think?
I said, by the way, Keith, I said, when I'm ready, will you guest on a couple of the tracks? He said, yeah, and so will Ronnie. And then we'll ask Mick to do a bit of harmonica on it. Or backing vocals or whatever vocals.